Shout out to Mike Malone, Tim Connolly. They both did a great job. But
I agree with your point about the playmaking, though. That just hasn't been there for the Blazers in this series. Let's get you back to Portland.
I think we given a lot of attention to, their two main guys, the guys who shoot the ball the best, and that's Steph and Klay. So, when we do our switching and have our bigs up at the level, at the three-point line, they throw it to him, and he's, making the right plays. Sometimes he's getting downhill, laying it up. He's drawing fouls. He's throwing lobs, making the late pass to the big, finding the weak side. I mean, once he gets the ball in his hands, he's doing, everything that you would want that guy in the middle to do. And then, even in the first half, he was just pushing it up the court, inbounding it quick. The game was going our way, and he was just pushing it quick, drawing fouls, and, trying to get to the rim. So, he's been huge for him.
Jamal Corner, Reuters. Dame, the Warriors have consistently blitzed, and you've consistently made the correct plays. Is there a point where you kind of have to push it and force it a bit, or do you have to continue making the correct play?
I think what they want me to do is make the correct play. And for me, I try to do that for as long as possible. As long as I can do it and we can stay in the game or have a lead like we have the last two games when I'm just making the right plays, and guys are doing what they're supposed to do on the weak side. But I think in Golden State's minds, they know at some point, if we're going to beat them, I'm going to have to be rolling. And, they just kind of banking on the fact that, we'll just live with what's happening right now, keep getting the ball out of his hands. And, at some point, we'll probably be able to take over the game. And tonight I was making the right play just like game two. And we had the lead for a lot of the game. Third quarter, they had, another one of their quarters. And, I tried to get aggressive. I tried to force the action. Both guys stand with me, and then Draymond is lurking behind them. So it's, you up against a wall of defense. Sometimes it's three defenders. So it's tough because you're not going to always get a quality look. And then when you do get a quality look and don't make it, that kind of just makes it worse.
On the left, your third right. Dwight James, NBC Sports Northwest. Dame, how tired are you?
Everybody's tired. And it's the third round of the playoffs after a long season. In our last season, I got a lot of attention. The team was giving me a lot of attention, and same thing in this series. So, it takes a lot, to deal with that and then go out there and chase guys around on the defensive end. So, but everybody's putting that effort out. I feel fine enough to go out there and play 40 minutes like I have been, but, it's definitely tiring.
All the way in the back, please.
Dame, Andrew Hobner, KZI TV. It seems pretty well known at this point about the Warriors that they do go on these big third quarter runs, as happened in game two. Is this something that you have to prepare for as a player? Does it affect mentality at all, knowing that the Warriors do this and do it with consistency, run it up the third?
I don't think it affects your mentality. I think it's just something that, and it's also not something you should expect from them. I think we're just constantly reminding each other what not to give up. So, maybe we don't give up one of those runs. But a huge part of it is just staying together, keeping your mind right and not panicking when they do have a run. I thought in game two, they went on one of those runs and we went into the fourth tied up. And then we was able to build back on the lead in the fourth. And down the stretch, we just kind of let the game slip away. And tonight, they went on another one of those runs. And I thought we were in the game. But, when you give up that run and you don't control the game well enough, it can easily get away from you, and they had some possessions where we had some miscommunication on some switches, left a few guys open, and they hurt you in those situations.
Damian, Tom Ward, Coin TV. In your estimation, does this team have enough gas in the tank to get a win Monday and then make this a series again?
It starts with one. We still got another game on our home floor, and that's a solid start for us. And, we can't look at, game 5 or game 6 or any of that. We just got to get one. And we're confident that we can do that. And then once we do that, we build from there.
All the way in the back.
USA, Draymond Green was pushing the ball hard every time he could. What could you do better in transition defense for the next game?
I think just understanding that after he does it one or two times, you got to recognize the trend. I thought tonight, especially in the first half, we just kept being surprised by it. And the game was going in our favor, so I don't think you pay as much attention to it when, you're up 6, 7, 8, whatever we were up in the first half, sometimes even double digits. You don't see it as much of a problem as it is. But I think because he was able to keep getting it out quick, pushing it at us, drawing fouls, getting to the rim, that just got him in a good rhythm, got his confidence up really high. So in the second half, when other guys started to make shots and they got back into the game, it really hurt us, all because of how we allowed them to get in that type of rhythm and comfort in the first half.
Questions for Dan? All right. Thank you.
Forgot, we will remind you what we were.
Czar, hold that thought. We'll get to Terry Stotts in Portland.
Our offense fell apart. We missed some shots, took some tough shots, didn't move the ball as well. They were scoring, so we were taking it out of the net, didn't get any transition. So said at the beginning of the series, to beat Golden State, you got to be able to score. And, scoring 33 in the second half is not going to do it.
Second row right.
ESPN, Terry, why has it been so difficult for Dame to get going in this series offensively?
I think the double teams, obviously the trapping is designed to get the ball out of his hands so he doesn't have the same freedom. I think they're good one-on-one defenders. Some of it's missing shots. He gets to the rim, he hasn't finished around the rim as well, but I don't know if it's one thing. Obviously their defense is part of it. Missing some shots, getting them some easier shots is tough.
In the back on the left, please.
Jamie Goldberg from the Oregonian. You made the decision to start Myers Leonard. Why did you make that decision, and what do you think he gave you in this game?
He had a terrific first half, like the rest of the team. I liked his spacing. I liked the way he played in Game 2 in Golden State. He can space the floor, and he and Dame, he and CJ have a good two-man game, and obviously is designed to help our offense a little bit. So it looked really good in the first half, not so much the second half, but that wasn't his fault.
Back to center, please.
Bach, ABC 7 Sports. Steve Kerr described Draymond Green tonight as a wrecking ball. How would you describe him?
He was the difference maker. What he did, he kept them going even though we had a lead in the first half. His energy, the way he was pushing the ball, kept them going. And, he has such an impact on the game on both ends. Offensively with his passing, his playmaking, he makes his teammates better. And defensively, he's all over the place. He impacted the game. He was obviously he's the player of the game tonight. He impacted the game.
All right, please.
Terry, Tom Ward, Coin TV. Now that you're one game from elimination and you guys have exceeded everyone's expectations for this postseason run, what do you say to your team tomorrow to try to, because you guys have won 2 games in a row in the last series, including on Denver's home floor. So what do you say to your team to get them to maybe believe that this can be possible?
We're going to give it our best effort on Monday. I mean, that's all that matters. Is we give it our best effort. We give it everything we have on Monday, and whatever happens, happens. But that's having the pride and the professionalism to give it the best effort and get a home win, and then go from there. There's no. I don't know if it's as much about strategy as about just rallying around and giving it the best effort possible.
Marcus White, NBC Sports Bay Area. What kind of boost did you get from your bench early in the second quarter, and then what did you see different from the Warriors bench in the second half?
The first half everybody contributed. The starters, the bench, with different combinations really worked well. If you score 66 points in a half, a lot of people contributed to that. Second half, it was just a struggle. I don't know how much it was their bench. They they're a championship team. They've been a championship team, and they have a style of play, and they continue to play at a certain level. And the second half, we just didn't match that. Whether it was their bench players or their starters, they just they didn't miss a beat.
Questions for Coach?
All right, thank you.